Okay, I don't know why this is the second time my mic decided to not be selected when I start stream. Hello! Hello, everyone. Hello. I have it up because I know this is what everyone's going to want to talk about. And for whatever reason, my music doesn't seem to be playing either. It wouldn't be one of my streams without technical difficulties, would it? I know it is playing, it's just quiet. How is everyone? If you haven't heard yet, yes, there has been a Steven Universe sequel series announced. Of course it's Lars of the Stars. Somewhere out there a monkey's paw curled and said, okay, Sai, you get more Steven Universe, but it's going to be the Lars spin-off that Rebecca and Ian have always wanted to make. Finally, they get to make the show they've always wanted to. As I'm saying here, I did say I would tolerate a Lars of the Stars spin-off if I get more gem lore out of it. I would like to see, like, you know, what the gem colonies are doing now without the diamonds, how they're developing cool space adventures, maybe rescuing gems who don't know the Empire has fallen yet. Stuff like that. It could be really cool. So, you know, I'm overall happy about that. But it's like, they had, God, if you look at, like, the development materials, they had so much focus on making Lars a space captain in the off-colors. And they clearly, like, were trying to backdoor pilot this shit, even in the original run of the show. I've never liked Lars. I don't know why the crew is so enamored with Lars. Even my first watch, I was like, show, why the fuck are you trying to make me care about this fucking fuckboy? But whatever, I can put up with him as long as I get more gem shit. I would like that, please. Thank you very much. It's going to be on Amazon Prime, which is interesting. I'm wondering what kind of deal they've made here, because I'm pretty sure the IP still belongs to Warner Brothers. And it is being labeled as a Steven Universe spin-off. They might not be able to use certain characters, though. Thank you, Final 3ZD, for the vote Zircon, not Zircon, yeah. You want to vote for Zircon, not Zircon. Can you believe some people are voting for Zircon over Zircon? It's ridiculous. Anyway. Maybe I should make sure that Blue Zircon is president when I do my own post-future content in my AU, which I will be working on today, I promise. At first, I'm sure Kaiser just sent me something. Of course he did. He always does. Let's see. Oh, it's another Team 4-star joke. Of course. Okay, we have to do our customary comic dub today. Alright, maggots, listen up. Auntie Sai is about to teach you about the pecking order. Alright. It goes you, the dirt, the worms inside of the dirt, Sai's period, Kaiser! And I'm sure the next part is, and then Sai. Yes, and then Sai. Any bad media takes? The diamonds are neo-Nazis that enjoy the climb back up, bitch! Yes. Oh, good. Don't put Limus there. You're gonna give them even a bigger ego. Limus and Pink King have been fighting me. You might remember that they're two people I reacted to in the Husband Hate Them stream. Pink King has some sort of narcissistic injury that's made him do 2 cancel videos on me, and I still have no idea what his point even was comparing Omni-Man and Alistor Has-Been Hotel, because he's never actually responded to my actual criticisms of his video. So I still have no idea what the fuck he even meant by that. Limus seems to be convinced I'm going to make them my new Lily Orchard and my new punching bag, even though in my last stream on them I said I'm probably not even going to look at their videos again unless they say something really wild about something I know a lot about. So unless you're gonna, like, run your mouth about Severance or Steven Universe or Dragon Age or something, Limus, you're not gonna get my attention again. Don't worry about it. So yeah, these two, like, fucking ass-mad 20-year-olds who, like, think that they're my top ops right now. I was saying before, I think I like the trope of a ineffectual villain who is absolutely convinced that they're the arch enemy of the hero, because this happens to me constantly in real life all the time. Somehow, I don't know. People just get side derangement syndrome. Paperweight Lily jumps here. She forgot to put on her foundation today. So So let me get rid of Distractotron for now, because this is just going to be a short talky arty stream this week. Kasai's tired. I have a headache. I must have woken up with a headache because there's a Lars spin-off happening. That must be it now. I think it's allergies. The tree pollen's been pretty goddamn bad. So, yeah, maybe Lily will do more Steven Universe bashing. Wouldn't that be great? So I have some thumbnails here for the next part of Switcheroo. I haven't quite figured out the page layouts.
Coffee sent a super chat. Sounds like awestruck Vox can pay his rent.
Oh, no. Vox, please, Vox. I want to like you. I want to like you, dude, but please don't come up with any more, like, crazy fucking theories that you spam videos about. Please.
Phantom Renegade sent a super chat. It's time for crimes and my crime is stealing from myself to you. Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you for stealing $5 from yourself to give me, or €5. Someone's celebrating the Nights into Dreams soundtrack. Actually, my opening music, my closing music, and all of my stream noises are all Night stuff. It's one of my favorite games ever. So, yeah. Well, I don't even, like, look down on Pink King because he's 19. I was originally going to, like, tear his response apart on my birthday stream, and then I found out he's only 19, and I was like, well, now that kind of feels like going to the playground and pushing a kid off the monkey bars. But now it seems like he wants my attention. Like, he is basking in the ass pats from his fans and wants me to respond. So, of course, me being me, I'm just like, well, no, now I'm not gonna. So there. So, I don't know. Unless he, like, escalates again, I'm probably not gonna talk about the stupid kid. He's gotta look back on this in, like, 2 or 3 years and cringe at himself. So, well, yeah, Pink King's mad because I said the Vivzy Pop hate-dom is largely down to misogyny, and he was included in the video, even though I almost didn't even get to his video, is the funny part, you know?
John Williams sent a super chat. Omni-Man was created to be a subversion of Superman.
Well, yeah, but, like, I don't, like, for whatever reason, he says, like, Omni-Man is the correct model for how they should write Alastor, and it should be like how in the episode 1 of Invincible, you see Omni-Man, like, kill all the other superheroes, and you can see how powerful he is. Because Pink King wants to power scale the funny demon raunchy comedy. And it's like, bro, it's not an anime. It's not a fucking shonen battle anime. That's not the point of the goddamn show. So, like, yeah, the only thing I can figure is he wants Alastor's entire plan and the full extent of his power on display right away. Even though the whole point of Alastor is he's a trickster and he's playing 5D chess with the rest of the cast. And by the end of the first season, Alastor has maneuvered himself into a position where the Princess of Hell owes him an irrevocable favor that he can call in at any time. That's insane.
Owen sent a super chat. Deltarune playthrough?
I don't know if I'll play through it myself. It's just really not my style of game, guys. You know, I mean, I like Undertale well enough. I think I did originally play, Chapter 2 on stream before I blew up, but it just, I don't know. I think I might prefer to watch other people play it myself, so I don't want to stream a game I'm not entirely interested in, because it's not going to be fun for me or you, you know? Oh yeah, Lily's playing Nier Automata. That I might play on stream, because I never played the game myself. I watched my friend play the whole thing when it was PlayStation 5 exclusive. But now it's on PC, I could play it myself. So, yeah.
Wokador sent a super chat. Wade, was it all power scaling? LM Woo.
I mean, should we just go, like, do a streamception and see exactly what I said about Pink King's fucking video? Maybe we could do that real quick before we get into what I'm actually doing here with the comic. I'm just gonna search for the part where he talks about Omni-Man, because it's really fucking stupid.
Miss Jasmine sent a super chat. Steven Universe spin-off tax for our
Animal.
Simon. Gemstone
You're gonna hear
emoji.
me for a second. Thank you. The spin-off probably isn't gonna be out for a couple of years. I think it's just in early development now, but they've made a deal with Amazon.
Right Air sent a super chat. Money for being my fave stitching background noise.
Aw, thank you. I'm always honored to be your background noise. Okay, let's just go, because since we're talking about it, there's gonna be a chance to turn off the Don Balon music, which is a little too aggressive. Let's just go over what was actually said here. Alright, here, I'm just gonna skip to this part. Remember, the whole stream's in 240p because I was having terrible fucking issues. Second one? What do you mean?
Just some of what you've built up. And ironically, the perfect example as to how to do this very thing with an intimidating, mysterious threat was in another Amazon show that I've been watching recently. That being...
Title screen? Yes. How did I know? How did I know?
Specifically with Omni-Man. He's also quite a mysterious being at the start.
You're comparing Alistor to Omni-Man? Let's see where you're going with this. I have seen Invincible. I've seen the first 1.5 seasons at least. So when was this made? A month ago. Okay. Well,
A mysterious...
I didn't finish season 2 and I didn't even know fucking season 3 was out. I'm being bad. I gotta get back. Yeah, I'm really bad, damn it. I'm watching it.
being at the start with his strange, creepy behavior, but it was also paid off by showing us what he could really do.
Yeah, that was also the inciting incident of the story, him killing the Guardians of the Globe. That is what kicks the story off. That's how that show works. That's completely... Okay. Let him make the point. So this is the commentary that's made Pink King make 2 cancel videos on me where he's dug up like every Twitter controversy I've ever had and still has never explained what the fuck he even meant by this. Let him make the point. Don't pause, Andy. Let him make the point, even though it's probably gonna be stupid.
With each time he showed us getting more and more extreme to emphasize the serious threat he is. And in doing so, the few shocking moments by the end of the show, in hindsight, end up working as both payoffs and build-ups for the audience, as it makes us believe he's actually capable of doing all the stuff he's doing with a gradual build-up. Not only is it highly engaging for the audience, but it...
Yeah, the audience, because the audience knows Omni-Man's evil secret before the main character, his son, does. So, this is stuff only the audience is privy to. However, with Hazbin Hotel, we're mostly following Charlie's perspective, you know, or the perspective of the character. Yeah, so I'm just making the point here that, like, these are 2 entirely different characters with entirely different purposes, and I have no clue why he thinks they're comparable, and he's never explained. All he's done is, like, show screenshots of Twitter fights I've had, and the one screenshot everybody passes around to go, ooh, cancel Psy, that was released by a Steven Says Gooner that hates me, and has never answered what the fuck he even meant by this, so I still have no idea. So, that's the story behind Pink King.
Alex the Shiba sent a super chat. I wonder who that Phantom Renegade is. He's cool.
Phantom Renegade. Is it you?
Salty Pearl 712 sent a super chat. Here I'll provided the first Lars tax.
Thank you. We need a tax for Lars, just because I have to put up with Lars. I demand
Nick Wolf
taxes.
sent a super chat. Pink King, I command your respect. Sigh, no. You demand my attention. Seriously, gotta wonder if Rant has the best, worst Truge's gallery.
I don't know, man.
Sent a super chat. Period cramps tax.
Oof, I was going through that the last couple days. I feel ya.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. I remember seeing Lork playing Tears of the Kingdom and choosing not to upgrade her heart containers. Then gets mad at the game when it tears her in half like wee tissue paper.
I remember watching her play Tears of the Kingdom and confidently saying that Tears of the Kingdom was the first Zelda game with targeting. And I think my brain did a head desk in my skull.
Wokador sent a super chat. Alastair backstory about hunting overlords gone. Crying face emoji.
Yeah, like... I still don't even know what his point was. I don't know, because, like, Alistair isn't even the main antagonist, which you could argue that Omni-Man is, at least for the first season. You know, like, all I can think is that he just wants Alistair's plan on display from the beginning, and it's like, what would be the point?
I wanted to watch the Pink King vid to have a laugh, but I didn't feel like giving them money less than /3, probably not even that funny anyway.
I know Falgy's gonna watch his cancel videos on me, so maybe Falgy will go over it on stream. Who knows? That would be pretty funny. Anyway, so I've got some. Oh, let me turn the music back on. Derp derp. Skip ahead. I have the Kind Words soundtrack back on. I forgot why it got yeeted off the playlist. That's a good little game. They have a sequel now. So these are my thumbnails. I'm still trying to figure out the exact layout of the pages, but obviously because there's no Pearl, it's gonna have to be Amethyst and Steven that run off to get Sapphire. And Amethyst is gonna be over it still, like she is in canon,
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Did you hear the news the Utena visual novel has been fully translated by Empty Movement on Tumblr?
Oh, of course Empty Movement did it. Kashida, Kashida! Gozoshi Kashida!
Confused Cabal sent a super chat. Hey boss. Hope it's going well. A bit off topic, but did you hear about the MatPat situation? It's wild.
I guess we're going back to, Twitter real quick, actually. I did! MatPat has now become, a lobbyist in DC. He's created the Creator Economy Caucus, and is, helping pass legislation in favor of content creators online and helping these old-ass politicians understand the internet and how we make money on it and how it operates, which is good. I think this is great, honestly. This seems like a sensible trajectory for him. Even if you think Matrick Patrick is the goofiest motherfucker in the world, he has always been an advocate for content creators, and he's always been really big on teaching people how the YouTube algorithm works, how you can build your brand, how to succeed on YouTube. So he is actually a good person to be putting this together. So I think this is wonderful, actually. You know, it's not even a situation. So I wish him and his wife Steph all the luck in the world with this. But we do need people who understand the goddamn internet advocating for us to the government. We do really need that. The government is still at, you know, the internet is a series of tubes. You wouldn't download a car. The internet to them is only email and Facebook. They don't get it, you know? So it's good that someone who actually understands this shit is actually helping legislation and helping write legislation and getting things through that will aid us in the future. So I think that's great, to be honest. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm probably not gonna stream Deltarune, guys. Sorry. I'm not a trend chaser. I don't know. I float to wherever my whims take me. So I'm gonna work on these two panels while we just yap. I figure, like, Steven's just gonna give Sapphire puppy dog eyes to convince her to come back. Because, come on, you can't convince me that wouldn't work on her. It absolutely would. I'm not even gonna, like, put dialogue. I think I'm just gonna buzz through, Now We're Only Falling Apart and Ruby Rider so I can get to the next part of the story. Because this is just how I've always written Switcheroo. It's vignettes, alright? You have, you could just assume everything else happened the same way as it did in the show. You know, I mean, I've never written a complete comic for it because it's just, it's a side hobby. You know, this isn't my career and how I make an income through art, so, but I hope you guys enjoy it anyway. Though maybe if I start giving you guys more Patreon incentives and shit, it could become a career, but...
Jack Thorso sent a super chat. People dunk on Matt for his theories. Often they're stretched, but you can tell he's an intelligent person with a lot to offer.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed his videos. I don't forgive him for his Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared one, though, because he's poisoned the well for the longest time of how people understand that series. But, no, I've always thought he was pretty funny. Yeah, he's a bit of a goober, but whatever, man. You know, he's a good guy, it seems.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. We streamed Deltarune 10 years later when it's no longer relevant like men.
That's right, damn it. I don't even know what I'm gonna do for my next game stream, but whatever it is, I'll have you guys vote on it. We'll probably start a longer game streaming series soon-ish. I might go see my brother next month. I haven't decided yet, so I'm trying to plan around
Cosmic
things.
Wooloo sent a super chat. Sigh, don't let Lily know about Borderlands 3. The bad guys are twin siblings. One's a boy and one's a girl, and they're cult leaders.
No, that's right. Oh god, Borderlands 3 sucks so fucking much. For those characters being god fucking awful.
Bylonic sent a super chat. Hope Matt can create a Don't Let the Internet Raise Your Kids campaign.
Yeah, right. I mean, if nothing else, please get family vlogging fucking banned. That's what we need. Let's see, I just see some Steven reference here, because I'm not very good at drawing him even now. Deltarune made an Anthe reference. I'm not surprised. They make a lot of anime references in Undertale, because Toby Fox is a fucking weeb. You'll notice we do have Undertale music on the stream. I'm just not, like, a super duper major fan of the Undertale series, guys. You know, I'm sorry. It's so funny because I grew up with, like, 2D games and 18-bit and 16-bit games. Or 8-bit, rather, and 16-bit games. And now, like, I'm just like, but that's old. But that's old stuff. Why would I want to play old stuff? But all the Zoomers are, like, fascinated with Y2K core stuff now. You know? It's pretty funny. But yeah, please, we need to get family channels and family vlogging banned just to advocate for the children who can't possibly consent to having their whole fucking lives filmed for money. You know, it's... None of those family channels have ever been healthy. Like, all of them have turned out to, like, be terrible people who are abusing their children. You know? Just to give you the idyllic image of a perfect family life, they torture their fucking kids. It's just ironic and sick. Oh no, I'm concerned about the children. I am old, yeah. Well, it's like all these people that are supposedly concerned about children on the internet, it's always just like, people need to stop making risque thumbnails on YouTube, when it's really like, why don't you, like, teach parents ways to, like, you know, monitor their children's internet activity, as they should be doing. I still say we should just have devices that will, just lock kids out of most of the internet. He's gonna have, like, big puppy eyes. It's gonna be really funny looking. I do have a big stream planned next week. It is going to be a react stream, but it's not going to be drama. It's not going to be media opinions. I am going to do a stream on Ocean Gate's Titan sub, because the 18th is the anniversary of the implosion, and it falls on a Wednesday, so perfect. Because, like, a little while ago, I was talking about it in my Discord. I was telling Sheev, who was our local Discord cryptid, about it, and Sheev was losing her mind, like, every single time I said a new detail. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you really don't know this? You really didn't know these details? And then somebody, I think it was Werewolf Hours, suggested, why don't you just do a stream on it since you know so much about it? And I was like, oh, actually, I could do that. So we're not just going to react to a video, though. I'm gathering my own material so I could just tell you guys the story of the Ocean Gate sub, because it's dumber than you even know. Like,
Nick Wolf sent a super chat, but sigh, one of the new Marvel games coming out is 16-bit, and they've turned buff She-Hulk into a playable character. There is merit in old art.
I know Ant's gonna be like,
sent a super chat.
buying that
also,
one day
the
one.
sister is a siren, magic woman, while the brother has half of her powers and needs to leech off of her to survive since he's a parasite.
Yeah, apparently they fucked up how sirens work in Borderlands 3 as well. I swear to God, Borderlands 2 and Tales from the Borderlands are the only worthwhile Borderlands games. Like, the new one coming out, they're like, oh, well, the fans will just come back for the brand, and it's like, no, why would they?
Jack
Tainted
Thorso
it.
sent a super chat. In particular, we need to ban kids from using Discord. That's like tossing someone in a meat grinder. You're begging for something bad to happen.
I mean, yeah, it's just like chat rooms of old. Like, you know, but the problem is, it's kind of impossible to create spaces for children online that predators are not going to find a way to sneak into. It's kind of an unsolvable issue. And what really needs to happen is people got to be more responsible for their kids. You know? I mean, we can make spaces for kids and make devices for kids that keep them in certain areas of the internet, but there's always going to be a danger that some fucking sicko is gonna do anything they can to get near children. That is always an issue in the world in general, unfortunately, and you have to be vigilant of that. So, oh god, VR chat. Yeah, you get all those quest kitties
Chelsea
in VR chat now.
Air sent a super chat. I work in a store that sells the same Logitech controller the submarine apparently had. And we sent one out the day before LOL.
It was probably a coincidence, but yeah, the entire submarine was controlled with a Logitech controller. That is real. That is true. We will go, because I was kind of hyper-fixated on this situation. I don't have any interest in, like, marine vehicles and stuff like that, but I have this fascination with disasters that were entirely preventable at every step of the fucking way, and this was one of them, because, yeah, people were laughing like, oh, billionaires trapped in a homemade sub, isn't that funny? And it's like, but it goes back even further than you realize. Like, it is a miracle Stockton Rush didn't get somebody killed sooner. It's a miracle that thing made it down to the Titanic 13 times. It actually made it down to the Titanic 13 times before it finally imploded. And I think that was just God's protection until God even gave up on him. I don't even believe in God, but, like, that's the only way I can describe it. Like, he had supernatural, miraculous protection until he didn't. You know, like, the whole story is fucking insane. Yeah, one of the people who died in the implosion was a teenager.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Subnautica stream when?
Yeah, people have been bothering me to play Subnautica, since I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky, and they're like, Sai, you would like Subnautica, Sai, and I have it. I have it in my library, I'm pretty sure. I bought it on a sale, I just haven't gotten around to playing it yet. But would that be one to play blind? Like, would you guys watch me just completely stumble blind into Subnautica with no idea what I'm doing, or should I familiarize myself with it first before streaming it? I mean, if you guys want to see me clunk around blind in Subnautica because it would be funny to you, I'll do that. I also like, it has a VR mode, doesn't it? I would like to do more VR stuff. I am eventually going to just spring for an index, I think, because I have a helmet. It's a HP Reverb. It's a lower expense helmet. It's like about $300, $400. And it's,
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. 13 is the unlucky number after all.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But yeah, so the HP Reverb is a pretty good helmet. Crystal clear visuals, has interior sensors, so you don't even need outside sensors. It's very accurate. The controllers kind of suck though. And the last time I tried to play VR chat, I was having terrible frame rate issues, and I think it's because I had to like daisy chain the helmet through Windows Mixed Reality, through Steam VR, so it had all this processing dragging it down. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it, and I'm just going to spring for an index, even though they're pretty expensive. But thanks to you guys and your generous support every week, I can probably afford one now, which means you guys will get me doing VR games, because I do enjoy VR, and I think it's viable for the first time in history, but nobody's made anything better than VR chat for it, and the things people make in VR chat is crazy. And one of my best friends, real-life best friends, who I've known for like 20 years, he is a VR chat god. He is really, really, really into VR chat, and maybe I can convince him to like stream with me a couple of times and like give us a tour of various things in VR chat. Yeah, Anthony, we were talking about that earlier, about how a monkey's paw curled for me. It's like, okay, Sai, you get more Steven Universe, but it's a Lars of the Stars spinoff. Which Rebecca Sugar and Ian Jones Cordy have clearly wanted to make all this time. So, yeah. I can talk about it again. I mean, this is just, like I said, this is just a yappy stream. This is just a yappy-dappy stream. It's just been announced. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime. I think it's still just in development. Like, they haven't even, like, really started it yet. But that's what Sugar was announcing at that panel about Cartoon Network. So that it's on Prime is interesting. So I'm wondering what kind of deal they struck, because obviously Warner Brothers still owns the rights to Steven Universe.
So
there must have been some wheeling and dealing. I'm wondering if they can't use some of the older characters, maybe.
Sent a super chat. VR tax.
Thank you, thank you. You guys don't have to fund it, though. I just have to get around to buying one, and getting myself set up with it. But that could be fun, because then I could have, like, arm and leg trackers and stuff like that, make my character move more. I don't even have, like, a good VR chat avatar. I've been a purple-haired Vocaloid this entire time, so eventually I'm gonna, like, commission somebody to make me, like, a Sai-chan avatar that can just hover in the air at the average height of avatars, and I can just be a little flappy thing like I've always wanted to be. And maybe a Crystal Gem Spinel VR one, which would be cool. And I have to get an Olivia. I have to get an Olivia model, of course, which I know exists. Now, that could be a funny thing. Just have my friend bring me around to, like, the furry areas, and just be in an Olivia one and do the Olivia voice and see if people react.
Super chat. Hey, by the way, YouTuber streamer to someone who is starting to stream myself. How do you enable super chats? Newbie tax BTW.
You have to be at a certain you have to hit certain milestones before you can get supers. I think you have to be monetized for one thing. So I think once you hit 1,000 subscribers and you have a certain amount of watch time, you'll get the first tier of monetization, and you should be able to turn supers on. And then the thing I use to have them read out like I do is called Stream Elements. It's a free web service, and it's just a browser overlay. I have been thinking of doing members-only streams where I teach people how to do stuff like this. Like, I can teach you how to make a stream layout like mine completely for free. And, you know, do some art teaching streams and stuff. I'm working my way up to that. I'm also going to release more merch in the future. I'm glad Steven's looking cute. He's convincing Sapphire to come home. Wouldn't you come home if he was looking at you like this? Look at him. You can't resist that face. Steven actually gets to be the star of the fucking comic for once. Usually I just give him a juice box and sit him in the corner and tell him the adults are talking now. Poor Steven. Look, he has an entire show dedicated to him. If you want that, go watch the show, okay?
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. If you were a siren, what would your phase power be? And how would it work? Also, this is my Wooloo tax.
I don't know if there's any limit on what sirens can do, but I've always thought, like, if I had a superpower, I'd want it to be teleportation. Do you know how lazy I would be? I would, like, just teleport to the convenience store and, like, grab a carton of milk and teleport back home. Maybe leave some money behind. Oh god, I would be the worst. I'd just be like, I'd just bamf in like my bathrobe or something, grab snacks and bamf out. It would be terrible. That would be me as a siren. Oh no, Shiva is still a bit of the emotional support sponge here. Like I said, with Switcheroo, if I haven't drawn it, you can assume it happened the same way as the show. So we'll probably jump around the timeline a bit too, but I'm actually kind of doing an arc right now from A Single Pale Rose through the ending of the show. So yeah, this is my fanfiction. I'll decide who to focus on. Obviously, Spinel became the main character of my fanfic. I don't care. It's fanfiction. The benefit of fanfiction is you can be self-indulgent, and there's already a built-in fan base for the property that already knows stuff about the world, so you don't even have to fucking explain things, you know? So, of course, sometimes I assume people have the same, like, encyclopedic knowledge of the damn show that I do. Well, get good if you don't.
Hazard sent a super chat. Yes, a tutorial would be very nice. I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to think of how I'd approach it though. The first thing I was thinking of doing is like just doing redlining, where people can submit their sketches and I can redline them to help them with like anatomy and stuff. I mean, I'm not the best myself, but you know. Tutorials on how to start drawing, I don't think I'm very good at those. I've been doing it too fucking long. You know, even though it is always good to brush up on your fundamentals every once in a while. No matter how advanced you are, it's always good to brush up on the fundamentals now and then. You know. Oh yeah, there's still gonna be the Garnet wedding. We will get to that, don't worry, because remember, that's when the diamonds show up too. We'll have that, don't worry, we're gonna have that. We're gonna have the wedding. We're gonna have legs from here to homeworld. We're gonna have change your mind. It's gonna be good. So don't you worry. No, he's praying to Sapphire to come home, please, and because she ran away and like please, I need my moms. He says, because Garnet is the best mom. I also have Ruby and Sapphire's kind of like fucking Spinell's moms, too. Help with perspective and camera angles. Well, I can't help with that.
I use Restream AU because I have a Chromebook. Cries.
You should just use OBS. It should work on a Chromebook, I think. But yeah, if you want to, like, I mean, you might need something more powerful than a Chromebook if you're going to get serious about live streaming, though. I mean, I just use OBS. I have a little plugin that lets me multi-stream. It's pretty easy to use. So, OBS is like, I mean, Streamlabs gives you more options, more plug-and-play options, but OBS is way more, like, customizable and lightweight, and I just kind of prefer it. So, I would love to be able to combine my Twitch and YouTube chats, though. Stream Elements can't do that, and Streamlabs can. So, yeah.
Nova the Dragon sent a super chat. You should listen to Tally Hall.
Listen to a little Tally Hall. I can't play them on stream, unfortunately. I've checked. They don't have revenue sharing on. I'll just get demonetized instead. All the music I play either doesn't get dinged or has
sent a
sharing.
Super chat. Break question tax. What is your opinion on evil race in fiction? I've seen Kaiser Shonen's Frieren Demons videos on them.
I still need to watch Frieren, but I think I'd like it. I don't see an issue with having a fictional species that is just evil. I don't see a problem with that. This whole attitude that if you have a race like that in fiction, it means you're saying other races in real life are inherently evil. It's not what it means. It's just exploring the concept of what if there was, like, a monster, a type of monster that mimics human emotions and human life but isn't human. I mean, that's a common thing in mythology as well, and horror. You know, it's not like this is a new fucking concept. But, like, yeah, they're just exploring the dynamic of what if there was a species that was just purely evil on an animalistic, inherent level, that there was no overcoming it, but they, you know, preyed upon people by acting like people. What would that be like? That's an interesting concept to explore, I think, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
Anthony Gramaglia sent a super chat. I opened up Anons on Tumblr and got weird comments.
Yeah, that'll happen when you open Anons on Tumblr. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Angels Art and Gaming sent a super chat. Chromebook doesn't support OBS. Cries again.
No, sorry about that, Angels Art. Yeah, I'm pretty much going to teach people just how to use OBS, but, I mean, you could get a decent laptop or PC that can stream for not too much. I mean, I always advocate, if you're going to have a PC, build it yourself. If you can work a screwdriver, you can build a PC. Just go to Parts Picker, or go to the Parts Picker on Newegg to help you figure out what's compatible, and then you just have to screw it together where it tells you things go. It's really easy. If even an idiot like me can do it, you can do it. I built my computer that I use, and I've upgraded it a few times. So I've swapped out the GPU, I gave it a new CPU, you know, I've upgraded the liquid cooler over time, so I just keep until my entire motherboard is like hopelessly out of date. I can just keep upgrading it and replacing parts. So, and that's another reason why I prefer PCs over Macs, because Macs won't let you open them up at all. They're very proprietary. But yeah, you can, I mean, I was thinking of getting an editing laptop maybe in the future myself, just so I can edit videos outside. That's really all I want it for. So, but, like, yeah, even a decent laptop that can stream is not that expensive these days. You don't need, like, $1,000 laptop, and you could build a decent streaming PC for, like, $700, $800 if you do it right. Especially if you catch Newegg on sales. I love Newegg. It's where I get most of my PC components. So, yeah. But yeah, no, but I mean, if you look at a motherboard, it's clearly labeled where things go, and all the ports are unique. So you can't screw it up.
A super chat. Chromebooks are based off Linux. I think you can use the Linux features to run OBS.
Oh, thank you, Sparkling Eagle. You hear that, Angel's Art? Maybe you can still be saved. I didn't know they ran on Linux. That's interesting. You would think they would just be Windows machines, but I mean, obviously I'm kind of a Windows slut. You know, if I wasn't lazy, I could maybe try to learn Linux, but I just I don't know. I prefer convenience. I prefer convenience, so I'm a basic ass bitch and use Windows and I use Chrome for my browser. But most browsers run on Chromium anyway. What the fuck is the difference? So I don't think they run on Android. There are like, because, well, a Chromebook is basically kind of like a lightweight tablet. It's not even really a computer, you know? That's also kind of your problem there.
Bylonic sent a super chat. Creating a canonical evil race is a good way to explore the limits of human morality in a hypothetical sense.
Yeah, and I kind of like, I like stuff where you have, like, a species that has very blue and orange morality, where, like, their morality makes sense to them, but it will never make sense to us. You know, I think that's an interesting concept. Like, what is wrong with exploring these ideas? I mean, I think what it comes down to is, like, a lot of these people who are, like, super far lefty seem to think that the purpose of art is to propagandize their own worldview and nothing more. And it's like, no, the purpose of art is human expression, and people can express or explore any aspect of life or anything they can imagine if they want to. Like, what is your problem?
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. I don't see those people complain about the demons in Warhammer. They're straight up evil. Except for Nurgle, he loves all his children/followers.
I think this is just like another one of these, like, misplaced talking points where, like, you know, people would say stuff like, well, this making, like, a completely evil race that it's okay to kill is a little lazy writing. And it's like, okay, that's a fair criticism, but then people turn that into, you can never write that ever because it's immoral too. And it's like, well, no, that wasn't the discussion that was started here. You're just taking it way too fucking far. And people will do that. They'll try to assign morality to things that they just want people to not do or not, like, think about or talk about. And it's like, but especially when morals don't even factor into it at all. And it's like, what are you doing? What is the matter with you? I swear these fucking Zoomers are just like the Christian media watchdog Puritans of the 90s, and they don't even know it. They're exactly like the fucking boomers we grew up with, and then they're surprised when millennials are rude to them, when they're like the rudest motherfuckers.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. I like your funny words, magic woman. Please make a stream to teach us the ways of building a cheap streaming computer.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not the
Anthony
best at
Gramaglia
it.
sent a super chat. Sigh, I literally made a vid about this. My conclusion is it is boring, not unethical. But it is more interesting to explore evil societies, like Dro.
No, I mean, it can be boring when it's just like, we just need a horde to slaughter in this game or this movie. You know, yeah, I mean, sometimes that's fine. Not everything has to be super nuanced and complicated. Sometimes you just want to, like, just cut up things and blast your way through bad guys without having to think too hard about it, and that's fine. But yeah, some media will overly rely on that as a shortcut. I agree with that. But painting it as unethical or immoral is just fucking stupid, you know?
Cryohazard sent a super chat. I'm actually curious how you think you're going to deal with the Windows 11 update. Because I was building my PC and stopped because I know it's going to have the update.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do about Windows 11. I'm gonna have to upgrade eventually. I'm really pissed that you can't move the taskbar. I like my taskbar on the top of the screen. I do not want it on the bottom of the screen, so I will not upgrade to Windows 11 until you change that and let me move my fucking taskbar, Windows.
Awesomeness sent a super chat. My favorite expression of art is Speed Racer 2008.
Well, there you go. There you go. I mean, it is art.
Owlman sent a super chat. As a Gen Z, I'm sorry.
You better be. Thank you for your Gen Z text. No, I mean, it's just so weird that they, like Zoomers and Boomers are a
Master
mirror image of
Clockwork
each other.
sent a super chat. D&D has a literal harem with demons. But, yeah, sure they're not inherently evil. Dumbasses.
I don't know. I don't get what people's problem is. I think they just want to sound smart and they want to have something to yell about, and they don't even care if they actually understand what they're saying. They just think that these are surefire words to get other people to do what they want. You know, it's such a bizarre phenomenon. Like, all you gotta do is say, well, it's immoral for you to like the show, you know? But it's such a fucking capitalist-brained thing. Like, people think your politics and morals are completely determined by, like, the things you consume, the luxuries you consume, and the media you consume.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. Be like orcs. Fight who you want when you want. Be brutal and cunin. Be the prophet of the warg. Beakies know how to fight. Obey lie only huni orcish.
I'm going to assume that's a Warhammer thing.
Dana _
thank
Brain
you.
sent a super chat. In Baldur's Gate 3 the gnolls are a completely evil race and beings of pure hunger. If the player chooses to be nice to them and free them, they are nice in their own gnoll way and thank you by fighting alongside you. Innate.
Yeah, I gotta play Baldur's Gate 3 eventually. Everybody wants me to play that. I'm sure I will once we get into some long plays. Probably, I don't know. I know for like September and October I'm gonna do like spooky season and do a bunch of like Halloween-y games. Probably will do Soma. Definitely gotta do Alan Wake 1 and 2. Going to
Sabine
what
Brown
else?
sent-
Oh, look at that. It's Sabine. Thank you for your $2, Sabine. Probably gonna play the Cat Lady. 'Cause I could probably do that one and done. Maybe 2 streams. I don't have to remember how long it is. I mean, it's not like a hard game to get through. Well, it is emotionally. Uh-oh. Aunt sent me something. Let's see. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Why? Oh, Twitter fights. They say it's more because people make fun of people like that with free-run things. So they're trolling. Who the fuck cares?
Adrian Parchman sent a super chat. Size or farming via solo leveling style. Cool face
Yes.
emoji.
Yeah, if somebody's gonna like fucking troll you with an anime on Twitter and you take that as a human rights violation, maybe you should sign off the internet for a bit.
Vex Fidel sent a super chat. Get side to play BG3 and bully the wizard tax.
I will bully the wizard. I mean, I'm not saying the people doing it are right. I'm just saying, like, they're obviously doing it to get under your skin, and you're letting them, like... That's kind of on you, really. So... But yeah, if you think, like, a fictional evil race, like, applies to any real-life people, you're fucking retarded. That's all I have to say about that. And like, I don't think a Japanese person was thinking about American politics when they wrote this
Henry
series.
Kitten sent a super chat. Since we're on the topic of tutorials, I'm curious to know your clip studio setup. Like fave brushes and all that. Heart emoji.
I mean, I have gone over my brushes before. I actually have a post about it, which one can
Theron
use
sent
here.
a super chat. On TT I've been getting a lot of edits of Koal and the comments are full of people saying finally, a normal Takal fan. It's so stupid I can't.
What is to call now again? But yeah, but I don't know why people have these arguments.
It's was
really...
sent a super chat. From my perspective, the only issue I personally have with the fictional evil races discussion is when obviously racist people hijack the whole conversation.
Yeah, and that's like, you're using fucking fiction to like make some kind of point about the real world like an idiot. Like, why aren't you the loser in this conversation?
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. Sigh, you don't get it. I must preach what I watch instead of being good. Why yes, Mr. Carpenter, I will follow you and your walrus friend to the beach.
Yeah, like, oh, instead of actually doing anything or being good through actions or example, I'm just gonna say, if you watch this show, you're a bad person. If you watch this show, you're a good person. It's like, yeah, good, you can feel good about yourself without having to do anything. Amazing.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. Orcs are the only good faction because they fight for the fun of and not because they hate everyone. They just want to crump some gets into warg.
So they're Saiyans.
Anthony Gramuglia sent a super chat. Here's the thing, online, no one knows what is ironic or not, and as a result, it sets everyone off.
True, but like I said, if someone is like earnestly saying, look, we shouldn't mix races because points to anime, like, that's the person who should be laughed out of the room. You know, like, I'm just saying.
Bylonic sent a super chat. It's giving Griffiths did nothing wrong vibes.
Again, you can't tell when people are being ironic when they say that and just making a joke. That's $4 now, Sabine. Amazing. Anyway, so I did, this is like a quick reference for me, too. So people have asked about my brushes before, and these are like the two main brushes I use that you can get on the Clip Studio store, and I think they're both free. I'm pretty sure they're both free. Don't at me if they're not. This is called the Perfect Pencil, which is what I'm using to sketch right now. And it's really good. It has tilt control, and it does feel a lot like using an actual pencil. I use it on my iPad, too, because I have Clip Studio on iPad to sketch on. So it actually feels like a real pencil, like I said. And here is the ID, because it's easiest to just search by ID when it comes to Clip Studio brushes. But that's in the asset store. And then the other one is the Pressure G pen. I also call it the Jelly pen. This is what I use to ink. Now, I always say that I purposely started using this pen to ink to break myself out of my own bad habits, because you kind of have to make long, continuous lines with it. You know, they did kind of a sketchy bit over here, but the way I use it, I have to do, like, long, continuous lines, and it's helped me not break up my figures too much. So it has a bit of a learning curve, and I literally use it to tie my own hand behind my back to make myself a better artist, so just be warned. But I have trouble inking with anything else now, so, you know.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. No sigh, orcs are clearly British people.
Well, everyone hates the British, as they should, you know. Oh, look, that's
Angels Art
$6.
in Gaming sent a super chat. The only evil race I've made are shadow creatures called forces, but they're more like a plague than a race. Think the Heartless from Kingdom Hearts.
Or the Blight.
Wooloo sent a super chat. Sabine, I'm coming for you to get.
Oh, somebody else gave me $2 now, too. You can match Sabine. By all means.
John Williams sent a super chat. I remember when Dragon Ball demons flat out were not meant to be an actual race/species, just beings who are pure evil.
And then they turned out to be aliens. Everybody turned out to be aliens in Dragon Ball. I need some Sapphire reference. I'm just loading her up here. It's like Goku turned out to be an alien. Piccolo turned out to be an alien. Everybody's an alien in Dragon Ball all of a sudden. I mean, orcs in Lord of the Rings are fucking cool, man. Like, I don't know why they were, like, labeled as the #1 problem. Like, people are, like, they're just evil beings born from, like, fucking mud and dirt and industrial runoff. Like, it's not deep. It doesn't have to be deep. You know, like I've said before, this conversation fucking started because people just started making a sensible observation that, hey, we've started giving orcs, like, a lot of, like, black hairstyles and stuff. Can we maybe talk about that and why that's become a trend and what that might mean as far as, like, you know, biases go? And that's a sensible conversation. But then a bunch of people took that and started just saying orcs are clearly black people. All the time.
Sent a super chat. It must be ADHD cause I'm constantly changing in my ink tools and CSP.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you should also try, you know, multiple tools. I'll use the turnip pen sometimes. It depends what I'm inking. But yeah, I'll use the turnip pen sometimes. Oh wait, I went back to drawing and forgot to take Distractotron down. Sorry. I'm working on Sapphire now. She's going to be still upset but smiling. That's what I'm going
Anthony
for here.
Gramaglia sent a super chat. Orcs are corrupted elves by Morgoth.
Well, oh yeah, right, orcs are. I'm thinking of the Orkai. I'm thinking of the Orkai, which they make in Lord of the Rings.
Wolf sent a super chat. Then all aliens were from Demon World, actually.
All demons are aliens, or are all aliens demons? Ooh, is this Doom now? Oh wait, now I'm on the turnip pen. Let's not do that. But my sketchy. I don't know how you do super chats on mobile.
Anthony Gramaglia sent a super chat. Also, Tolkien originally based orcs off Mongolians.
Okay, listen. Listen. I know Tolkien was very British, and yes, the Eastmen as well in the story, the Easterlings, are a bit of an Orientalist depiction of foreigners, yes, but, you know, still, it's a fantasy story, you know, it was written in the 50s.
Grappers sent a super chat. First time super chatting and I've been here since the first Lily streams. Sabine's a better fan than me.
Oh, look at that. You got skipped again,
super
Sabine.
Chat. Orcs in Warhammer have belief. If more orcs be live in something, then it's true. Like being stealthy in purple, because have you ever seen a purple orc? Master Clockwork sent a super chat. They weekend the weekend. Namekians are from the demon realm just like Boo and Popo.
Popo's from the demon realm? Well, that explains a lot. So now Namekians are demons again? Okay, I haven't really been keeping up with Super, so...
Cryohazard sent a super chat. Just $6. Those are rookie numbers. Pun.
Well, Sabine's up to 8 now, so... And I see Nick Wolf has sent me a Peach super sticker. Thank you very much. I don't know why, like Stream Elements can't do anything with super stickers. I hope they update someday and add more features, because Stream Elements is about the only reactive thing I know of. I mean, there's a few others, but it's like the best one. And I hope someday YouTube has stuff like viewer attack built in natively. They seem to be building community features back onto YouTube, though. There's like a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on where they're gonna like put social media aspects back into YouTube, it seems. So we'll see how that goes, because YouTube used to have like DMs and stuff, and used to have much more social media like features that they just kind of took away for a while. But it seems like they're working that back in, probably to like compete with like fucking TikTok and shit like that, but you know. So that'll be something to look forward to in the future. They're building something called YouTube Communities now, so we'll see how that goes and what that entails. It might just be like a forum on your YouTube channel. That's kind of what it sounds like, but we'll see. We'll see. I like drawing Sapphire with her eye. I don't know. Yeah, like, or if Viewer Attack would find a way to let to have like a YouTube bot that a YouTube bot that lets people, I don't know, I guess they'd have to directly pay, since you usually do Viewer Attack with bits. So Sabine is up to $10 now. Why did my music stop? Oh, there it goes. Going to sad face now.
Ed Stevens sent a super chat. In DBZ, if you have long pointers, you're from the demon world.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That is funny, though. So, Namekians are demons again. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I guess demons just founded their own planet at some point. Yeah. But if YouTube would start like putting in extensions like Twitch, even if they have their own cringe like digital currency like bits, whatever, you know, like even fucking DeviantArt has bits now apparently. So oh, BS is always happening in my chat, Orange. It's side derangement syndrome.
Well, YouTube used to be connected to Google Plus, right?
It did, yeah. Well, I mean, Google still owns YouTube. They're the only people who could possibly run it, you know? They're the only people with the servers that could possibly run it. So, yeah. They did try to make you have to use Google Plus for a bit.
Sabine, have a Snickers.
Yeah, Snick, have a Snickers. Sabine's been starving for years.
Nova the Dragon sent a super chat. Here's some more money for weed and groceries.
Thank you very much. Sabine is threatening to come to my house now, you guys. So if that happens, I will film Sabine getting a baseball bat to the teeth, I promise. So that'll be members-only content. I'll yell World Star before I do it. I mean, maybe you shouldn't be giving me all this money, Sabine, if you need to afford your plane ticket. So you can come find me in my swamp.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. Sigh, there's a space marine legion called the Salamanders. They like fire. They also like protecting humans. I think Steven would like them.
Burn! Burn people! Yeah. Thank you for giving me Warhammer lore with super chats. Did Lily throw? Oh yeah, Lily did threaten me with a bat, but you know, that's what you... I'm talking about home invasion.
Not here sent a super chat. My friends used to joke about raiding my house and throwing a rave. It was funny.
As if I have the room for a rave. Yeah, I'm Shrek maxing. I don't like how her hair is coming out at all. Oh, speaking of things being a crazy week, so I actually, you know that stream I did about all the KP drama and Saberspark and Black Griffin and Courtney and all that bullshit? I'm going to have a cut of that up soon. I finished it. I just need to draw the thumbnail now, which I could have been working on the stream, I suppose. But I might be able to have it up by tomorrow night. And, you know, it's like,
Sabine Brown sent a super...
Okay, Sabine, if you're gonna be gross, you're getting a timeout. Goodbye. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that video could be up as soon as tomorrow night. And I might just release it at night anyway, because the last time I released a video at night, it did really well. I don't know what the fuck happened. It was the Yondev one, the Yondev edit I released. It just fucking blew the fuck up, and I released it at like 8 o'clock at night instead of 8 o'clock in the morning. So maybe I'll switch to that. Yes, the thumbnail is going to be a parody of KP's thumbnail, drawn better to flex. So, I know, because her hair was like off proportion from the rest of her face, because I'm really fucking this up right now. Let me just redraw her head. What do we think of the theory that Sabine is Lily, guys? It's entirely possible. If it is, stop wasting money on me and buy your wife some decent food. Oh, that is the only Lorch update right now. Michaela now lives with Lily in Canada, and the first night Michaela was there, Lily was already bitching about having to spend $30 to order her a burger through DoorDash.
Igor sent a super chat. Own a musket for home defense just like the founding fathers intended Eminem. But yeah, so first night, they're together as a couple who's been married for 3 years and living in separate countries this entire time. Lily doesn't even take her out to like a nice restaurant or something, just orders DoorDash and complains about how expensive it is to feed her. Very romantic, Lily. Very romantic. Very romantic. Because they're using fucking DoorDash. Not here sent a super chat. Every time you say KP, I think of JP Jean-Philippe Suzy Lovick from Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, that's fair. Maybe KP should go on Hell's Kitchen. That could be
Master
her new
Clockwork
career.
sent a super chat. 8 for you. That's 5 p.m. here.
So it's 8 p.m. for you. Or is that 5 p.m. there? I don't know. So yeah, I think I'll just try releasing at night again and see what happens. Because, like, what the hell? The video took off for whatever reason.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. It's my hyperfixation. Also, I just think the art is neat. Also, orcs are funny. And to
fair
Sabine,
enough.
I hope the mechanics make you into a servitor.
Yeah, Warhammer's definitely not something I'm ever going to get into. I've never been big on tabletop or card games or stuff like that, so probably not going to be my thing. But everyone has their own thing, and of course on my channel I am evilly getting people interested in the shit I like. The only game streams I've done lately is No Man's Sky.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Ugh. I have to feed my wife Lily.
Like, seriously, yeah, like, and they had like over a week. They had months to plan this move. Why didn't she have food in the fridge?
Sent a super chat. Gay pee on Hell's Kitchen, but she cannot cook.
That's right, she can't cook. Don't let her cook. She's an idiot sandwich.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. So I'd Mad Pat is moving to DC to start a creators' rights lobby. At what point is I going to move to DC to start a lobby to study the locale gene?
No, that's not my research. Malcolm needs to move to DC to study the locale gene. But yeah, no, I was talking earlier about the MatPat thing. I think it's great. I think it's good. We need people who understand the internet and understand the creator economy to advocate for us in government. That is something we actually do fucking need. So, yeah, I think that's actually a good thing.
Bylonic sent a super chat. Yeah, you can get nicer food if you actually leave your house, CD.
Yeah, speaking of knowing where people live, Lily's like in walking distance of like 2 supermarkets and a bunch of restaurants. She could just walk to the supermarket and get food to cook, but she constantly DoorDashes and spends the extra money on DoorDash is exorbitantly expensive. I rarely ever do it. And when I do, I'm like, even then I feel like really lazy about it. Like, I could just be like going and getting this myself, you know? So... I didn't even use DoorDash until I was out in Cali visiting my brother the first time. So, like, you know, in Rome, do what the Romans do. Everybody fucking DoorDashes and delivers out there. But, you know, out here is a little different. But still, it's like, is it really, like, if you're constantly complaining about money, and costs, like, why are you wasting that money?
Sent a super chat. They have 463 plus books. The Horus Heresy takes up over 60 books. Also, the animators are knocking futs.
Oh, well, yeah, there's, like, animation and... Well, yeah, there's, like, video games, too, not just tabletop. But, like, I know it's, like, a huge series. Like I said, it's probably never gonna be my thing. That's all. But it's got a dedicated fan base. It's one of those things. Like, just, like, a small but super dedicated fan base. Well, small I mean, I'm not saying Warhammer isn't, like, a big nerd thing, but, like, small comparatively speaking to other, like, big fandoms out there. I think, anyway. I could be completely wrong. I could be talking out my ass, as usual. So...
Miss Jasmine sent a super chat. With how much Lork hyped up March moving in, you'd think she would have at least planned out a meal for them to eat together the first night.
Yeah.
SMH.
Like, at least take her out somewhere nice. It doesn't even have to be expensive to be a nice restaurant. Just take her out somewhere. Celebrate finally being together. You know, which is what a couple who actually loves each other would do. As we know, Lily's heart is a vacuous black hole, and she just sees people as objects for her to use, so I'm sure Morch is just sitting there like another piece of furniture in the apartment. So even with her physically there, all she gets to do on streams is sit to the side and go, uh-huh, wow, yeah, wow.
Cryohazard sent a super chat. I spent over $1,000 on good food for my girlfriend during my vacation. I cried a bit, yes, but she's happy, and that's good enough for me.
I mean, see, vacations are a whole other thing, too. That's always my excuse. Like, I'm on vacation, so I could buy this overpriced drink and this expensive plate of food. It's fine.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. I am glad you're not mad at me for nerding out.
Well, how could I be mad when you're giving me super chats? But also, no, I mean, that's my community. My community's full of spurgs. We all know that. Everybody gets to spurg about their particular thing, and if they find other people who are really into it, that's even better. So, you know... No, I don't know. I mean, we did hear them cooking one time. Hunter. Lakitu Hunter. Well, that time they burned the soup because Lily was having such a hard time in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Crass sent a super chat. Lois, it's back. Kids, it's happening, get your coats. This is what we practiced for.
Are you talking about the SU revival announcement? Because yes, we have talked about that and how a monkey's paw out there curled because it's a Lars spinoff.
Igor sent a super chat. I give them a year before things go south.
I guess we'll see. I don't like, you know, I don't want to like have a Deadpool for their marriage or make too much of a spectacle out of their real private lives, but I mean, they are broadcasting it on streams, so like you're putting it out there in public, people are gonna comment on it. Sorry, you know. Yeah, the ruining dinner because Lily couldn't beat a pride demon in Dragon Age Inquisition because she was horribly underleveled is always gonna be very funny to me. I'm sorry. Well, I mean,
Ilonic sent a super chat. True, I love the chance to spurg about Transformers.
Hell yeah. Oh, no, I mean, when I was streaming Inquisition, I beat a few Fade Rifts under level just because I was, you know, grinding out power off screen. I mean, you don't have to be, like, super duper on the level all the time in Inquisition, especially if you're playing on easy. But who the hell knows what she was playing on? She probably said she was playing on super duper hard mode and she was, like, playing on easy.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. I swear Lily has to be a worshipper of Slinch. She indulges too much in her self-importance.
Well, she's just a narcissist, is why. You know? It's so funny, she hasn't even been my biggest op lately. She's been mostly quiet, so... And she also hasn't, like, talked about anything I'm interested in, so...
Art in Gaming sent a super chat. I have a friend who might as well be my spouse without being my spouse. We've spent so much on each other that it's a wonder we're not married XD.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with spending money on your friends.
I'm also excited for the new Smiling Friends stuff. I am so proud of them for that. The 3rd season is coming out sooner than I thought it would.
I haven't watched Smiling Friends yet, don't at me. I've seen clips, though. I don't know. You think I would like wicked weird shows and all, but I can't usually get into stuff that's just weird for the sake of being weird. Like, I couldn't get into Centaur World, I couldn't get into Arlo the Alligator. If it's just weird for the sake of being weird and nothing else, it doesn't really appeal to me. I like my weirdness to have structure and purpose to it, you know? But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. See, the amazing thing is, I can do this amazing thing called It's Not For Me. I don't have to say a show is objectively bad or immoral to like because I'm just not into it. I can just say, ah, neat. I'm happy for you. That looks pretty cool, but it's not for me. Amazing what you can do when you just say that instead of trying to paint the creator as a horrible transphobic Nazi and say she's like the bane of everyone's existence, like people do to Vipsy Pop. Oh yeah, I never watched Amazing World of Gumball. I was probably a little too old for it at the time, but I've seen clips of it. I don't. Oh god, I'm like, how did they get away with some of these jokes? Holy shit.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. If you have any questions about the names like Slinch / Nurgle / Xunch / Corn, they're chaos gods. They're all evil. Nurgle is chill. No doctors though.
I mean, those do sound like Lovecraftian names, so Nurgle. I know I've heard the name Nurgle before, so you know, just nerd osmosis mostly. Okay, Sausamus, I kind of have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with David Lynch. Okay? I don't like Eraserhead. I did like Twin Peaks until it got bad. Eraserhead is another one I feel is a little weird for the sake of being weird, you know? I can't, you know? I do respect Lynch as a director, though. It's like Evangelion. I don't like it, but I respect it, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I know I've heard, like, fucking Warhammer and StarCraft references on the internet before, you know? At least enough to know where they're from. It's just not anything I've ever been into. I am a snob, Kaiser. I admit that freely. Like, I'm pretty sure I've heard Slanesh as well, used as, some sort of pejorative before. Now, see, Rick and Morty I could do. Rick and Morty is a little more structured, you know? So, Sapphire can't resist the puppy dog eyes, and she's gonna come home. But, of course, as we know, when they did get Sapphire back, then Ruby's missing. And in the original show, it was Amethyst who was supposed to be watching her and just let her wander off. And in this version, it's going to be Spinel that does that. Because she might be a little upsetty spaghetti right now. Am I a cinema snob or a movie bob? That sounds like the beginning of a Dr. Seuss poem. Now, see, I never saw the follow-up to Twin Peaks that they did, like, fucking 20 years later, but I've seen the original.
Sent a super chat. My problem with It's Not For Me is that I feel like I didn't try to meet the art at its level. I'm not a fan of LOTR, and I feel like a chump.
I mean, I feel like you can meet a piece of art in its level and still not
Vex
enjoy it
Pinar
yourself.
sent a super chat. Here begins my 296th super chat series on Lego L.
Hey, as long as you guys are giving me money, I don't care what the hell you spurg about. The super chats are there for you to throw in your own 2 cents. How dare you compare me to Dobbs and Kaiser? You should know that's too far. That's just too far. Yes, they're both very precious. They're very precious, especially Steven. I've actually drawn a pretty good Steven for once.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat.
Her hair isn't
Slinch is
poofy
the
enough.
god of excess and emotion. Basically cranking everything to 11. Be happy, be sad. Snort those drugs. Turn up the music. Be perfection.
I see, I see. That feels like the chaos god that would get me. I would be taken in. That's right. I usually give her like super like big hair poofs, almost like Spinel's, because I can't fucking help myself. Her hair is maybe a little deflated right now because she's upset. You know, anime like Ghibli logic. There, that's better. Her hair should be poofy. I do erase my construction lines as I go along, as you can see. It's just a habit of mine, so it's kind of hard to see the structure afterward, though. One of these days, I'll try to do a good tutorial on drawing from scratch. I don't know that... I don't know how to, like, structure a lesson plan for that.
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. Slinch works slow, like addiction.
You know, it makes me... It sounds a little bit like, the Elder Scrolls gods. You know, the Daedric Princes, that's what they're called. Though I'm sure a lot of this lore comes from very similar places, you know. Well, you know, fantasy kind of started with Tolkien, then went to D&D, so...
sent a super chat. I don't understand Sabine. One day she watches your stream and agrees with you and is actually chill, and another she great threats you.
I think Sabine might be multiple people. Not like they have DID, like, I think there might be multiple people using the account. So... That's just a theory, though. A game theory. Yeah, I heard Starverse ended very badly, which makes me kind of glad I never got into it. It's like I never got into Game of Thrones either, and I'm kind of glad at this point since it ended so shittily. Please, Severance, don't end badly, please! Severance, you're my goat! I can't wait for the next season. Honestly, I would recommend just getting a free trial of Apple TV and binge watching Severance seasons 1 and 2, and then getting rid of the subscription until the next season comes out. That's my personal advice, even though I love the show. Oh, Silly Bay is mentioning it too. No, MatPat is going to be, he created a caucus for content creators, and he's going to be lobbying the government for better legislation that benefits online creators, and I think that's wonderful, and I think that's pretty expected trajectory for him, to be honest. You know, he's always done a lot to help people learn how to work YouTube and build their brand and stuff. He clearly knows what he's doing. He made 4 successful channels before he retired and handed them over to other hosts. So
Cosmic Wooloo sent a super chat. Corn is bloodshed and honesty, Slanch is trickery, magic and hope, and Nurgle is entropy, disease and life. Since life is birthed through death.
No, I kind of like that. See, like even though I'm not into the series, I kind of like this cosmology. I like when people get really weird with their pantheons and their gods, and again, give them that sort of blue and orange morality.
Kitten Fart sent a super chat. Here's mine. I want your tutorials so I can make videos about Horizon Zero Dawn. I love it so much and not enough people talk ABT it, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how I teach people, like, editing. I'm kind of a self-taught editor, so I'm not exactly an expert. I run on pure instinct. So, I will say, though, switching to Vegas Pro was, like, the best thing I did, because... I had only used Adobe Premiere before, and it was what I was used to, but I realized I was only using Adobe because that's what I was used to, and I ended up ditching Adobe right before they got sued by the US government and switched to Affinity Photo and Affinity Designer, and switched to Vegas Pro. And I'm already faster in Vegas Pro than I ever was at using Premiere. And it's very intuitive. And I'm still learning new shortcuts and tricks with it. But I do highly recommend it. It does have some crashing issues. I kind of fixed those, though, by putting its processes on different CPU threads than any of the other programs I have open or use, and that helped. It does crash sometimes still, but most of the time it's fine. I just hammer Control S like after I do anything, and it works out. So I never lose that much progress. So if you're looking into getting editing videos, or if you, because it's an expensive fucking program. So if you really need to work on the cheap, get CapCut. CapCut is a great little video editor. I recommend to anybody who wants something free.
Super chat. Sorry, can't stick around tonight. Sigh. On a date tonight.
Oh.
Wish me luck. Have a good one. Smiley face
good
emoji.
Luck. Break a leg. Is that what you say when people go on dates? No, but seriously, good luck. Have fun. But yeah, CapCut is a great free video editor with a lot of features. The pro version is also worth it if you want extra special effects and if you want to do fancy subtitling and stuff. It can do AI auto subtitling pretty accurately, but then you can go through and, you know, fix anything it got wrong. You can give it all sorts of colors and special effects and stuff. It's like, what happened was, I was using Adobe Rush one day to make, like, I think an Instagram reel, because I wasn't doing shorts yet.
Sent a super chat. The forgotten fifth chaos god is Malal. He is pure chaos and destruction. And Vashtor. He's a minor chaos deity who has control over machines and can make them fall apart when you fight him.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, I've heard about DaVinci Resolve too. My brother likes that for color correction. He says he uses that a lot for, like, color grading and color correction. I thought it was a paid program, but apparently it's free, too. So DaVinci Resolve is free. CapCut is free. They both have, I think they both have paid versions with a few more features, but they're both very workable. So there are, like, it is more accessible than ever to become a content creator. But yeah, I was making, like, I think a reel, because Instagram was paying out for reels for a while, so I was making reels. And I wanted to auto subtitle my video, and I couldn't find the feature for it in Adobe Rush, and apparently it didn't even have that feature. So I ended up downloading CapCut for free, which could just do it so much better and easier.
Super chat. Kdenlive is also really good free editing software.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. So Kdenlive is another one, guys. But yeah, so I was like, why am I paying monthly when a free fucking program can do more for me than Adobe's programs? And that's when I started planning my exit from Adobe. I still had to pay them like $200 just to cancel my fucking subscription, because what I would do is I would threaten to cancel every few months, and they go, no, we'll give you a discount. And I go, okay, give me the discount. So I was on a discounted subscription. So now they wanted the difference in order for me to be able to leave and cancel. And that's why they're getting sued. Because they had predatory things like that, and their programs, like, their features didn't keep up. They just the program was getting bloated. They just kept adding useless AI stuff that wasn't even very good, you know. And it was like, why the fuck am I even using this? It's just because that's what I'm used to. That's all it is. So it was a little bit of a learning curve to switch, but I'm so fucking glad that I did, and that I ditched Adobe entirely and don't have to use them anymore. So there are alternatives to every single fucking thing Adobe does. There is an alternative out there, and a lot of times they're better. So, and the Affinity programs are pretty lightweight. It's still taking a little getting used to, because the workflow is very different from Photoshop. But it can do pretty much all of the same things, and in some instances, better. Much like Clip Studio, Affinity Photo has a better liquify tool than Photoshop does. So, yeah, already. Because that was the other thing, too. I was like, why does Clip Studio have a better liquify tool than fucking Photoshop? Like, Clip Studio, which I've only had to pay for once, ever, and got grandfathered in from Manga Studio 5. And I only have to pay for it when I want, like, one of the major updates now. Like, why is that, like, got better tools than the thing I'm paying for fucking monthly, you know? So it just was like, why am I doing this? This is not worth it anymore. And perpetual licenses are coming back. Because now what a lot of companies are doing is you pay for the program once, and then you pay again for major updates, which is how it used to work. You would buy a program on disc, and then when an update came out, you went and bought another disc. You know, so it's the same exact fucking thing. Yeah, see, Ash knows what I'm talking about. Eric's blue there. I originally bought Clip Studio when it was Manga Studio 5. I think I got it at a steep discount on disc at an anime convention. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, because I was using, like, Comic Studio at the time. So I got it, and when they finally changed companies and Clip Studio came out, yeah, they were like, hey, are you a Manga Studio owner? You can just upgrade and switch to Clip Studio, no cost. So that's the only reason I have Clip Studio EX, because I had Manga Studio 5 EX. You don't even need the EX version anymore. The Pro version of Clip Studio is like $50. And it's a very powerful program. It's definitely worth it. The mobile version is monthly for some reason.
John Williams sent a super chat. My favorite X of unfortunate assigning race in media is Paraka from Bionicle. That name is slur in universe, which a group of villains decide to use. But the trailer made them look like gangsters instead of warlord.
Ooh, how awkward. I mean, I'm not gonna say that biases don't slip into fictional works, because they absolutely fucking do. But I think a lot of the time people try to find it where it doesn't even fucking exist. So, I didn't get it just because it said manga in the title. I mean, even when it was called Manga Studio, people were like, yeah, this is like the best program for comic book making in general, and this webcomic making in general. I think that's why they changed the name to Clip Studio, because the Manga Studio kind of put off some people. You know? So they changed it to Clip Studio, and now it's like one of the premier art programs out there. So, I mean, I never liked drawing in Photoshop anyway. People used to do digital art in Photoshop, which is pretty funny, because it was made for editing photos, but it became like a digital art program and a graphics program for people. Oh yeah, Paint Tool Psy, which I am not named after, by the way. Everybody's always giving me shit about it. I was calling myself Psy before Paint Tool Psy even fucking existed. But, yeah. Oh, these are actually coming out good. I think I will be drawing next week, but there's gonna be a couple of points where I'm just going over, like, news articles and stuff. So it's gonna be like a hybrid of a talky and arty stream.
Ironic sent a super chat. I left Adobe after my PS6 became non-backwards compatible. Like hell, I was gonna pay them monthly.
Oh my god, you had PS6 and they were gonna try to rope you into the monthly payment? That's bullshit. Holy shit, that's bullshit. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh yeah, Ibis Paint is another one, and then there's Krita, and then there's GIMP. There's a few free, I mean, I know a few artists who swear by Medibang. They really, really like Medibang. I've never used it, so I can't attest to it myself. But, yeah. I think I had Paint Tool Shy for a bit, but I never got used to it, and then I really got used to Clip Studio, and Clip Studio is just like my main jam now. I've tried to use Procreate as well. I don't know, I'm just so not used to the workflow on an iPad. You guys have to understand, too, I come from a traditional art background, so for me, having a program like Clip Studio where I can have something that feels like a real pencil, I have a drawing monitor where I can draw directly onto the screen, almost like I'm sitting at a drafting table with paper. My whole setup is based around me having come from a traditional background, so I know a lot of younger people started drawing digitally and only digitally, so you guys are more used to stuff like that than I am. Fire Alpaca, another good one, Dan the Man just mentioned. That one, I heard Fire Alpaca is like a good Adobe alternative when you're doing like graphics as well, so like if you need to do like YouTube graphics or thumbnails or stuff, Fire Alpaca is a good one. So, when I do the whole, like, how to make your own stream layout stream, I'll show you guys good resources for free graphics and stuff, though. Alright, wow. I wonder if I should ink them, because I'm gonna be wrapping up in half an hour. What am I gonna do till then? I could draw some of these other panels, perhaps. Like, again, I haven't really figured out the layout yet, but I can draw the panel interiors and cobble them together later. I thought the traditional background I'm talking about. No, I'm a lifelong atheist, you kidding me? I mean traditional as in traditional art. As in, I used to ink pencil sketches on Bristol board with actual pen and ink. Traditional. Fire alpaca makes you kilometers. I had in my video, my upcoming video cut, I had to explain the whole kilometers joke. I had to make sure that I left that in. I was just going to check something on my studio, and fucking Awestruck Vox has already made a video about the about the fucking Lars of the Stars thing. He's already on it, guys. He's already on that grind set. He's got his old avatar back and everything. It's so Jover. Now I give Vox a lot of shit, but I think overall he's a good guy and a good creator. He just fucking annoys me sometimes when he comes out with these whack ass fucking theories that he just pulls out of his ass based on nothing. Like, I had to unsubscribe to him during Future because he was driving me absolutely crazy. I've since resubscribed, so yeah, I haven't watched a lot of their videos recently though. Oh, Pegasus. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Pegasus lately, because I don't want to have to watch Nux Taku making fun of Hassan, so I've been watching more Pegasus and Straight. I have a little mushroom man and a talking fish man telling me what these terrible influences are up to now. Look, I just want to listen to people shit on Hassan, okay? I only watch Nux when he's shitting on Hassan. I've watched Nux on and off over the years because he'll get better and then he gets weird again, and it's like, oh, okay. But Pegasus is funny. I mean, yeah, he is a slop channel, but he knows he's a slop channel, and he's amusing. I like listening to him. It's the guy who was just on screen next to the round table thumbnail. This guy, more Pegasus. If you want to hear like daily slop on terrible influencers, you can watch him.
Tyler Preston sent a super chat. Ever watched Black Lagoon? Highly recommended.
No, I had heard it was good though. That's one I never got around to watching. Yeah, let me see. The other guy I was watching a lot lately. Let's see if he comes up. Of course, it's not gonna come up. There he is. This guy, he's a fish. I like him a lot. So he's my Hassan slander guy now, and I just think he's funny because this is his whole layout.
Boys,
he's just a talking fish the entire time.
Really got him bad.
I love this guy.
Nice.
This is the best streamer setup I've ever seen in my life. He's just a SpongeBob fish. He's great. So there you go. There's 2 new YouTubers for you guys to look at: Straight and more Pegasus. If you really want to get the drama slop. Oh, you're not being able to pay for super chats? I'm sorry. He's a fish. It's like the SpongeBob anchors with the sideways talking fish face. This is his whole getup. It's great. Who needs VTubers when you have that, man? Come on. He's a fish. So yeah, I said that to my Discord a while ago. I don't have to watch Nux Taku anymore. I found this funny fish man who also slanders Hassan.
Jack Thorso sent a super chat. Nux Taku is a Russian roulette of quality. When he's good, he's hilarious. When he's bad, it's F-tier middle schooler humor.
Yeah.
Haven't watched him in years.
It's true, and he's like, I don't know, he's being provocative on purpose now for views because he's out of fucks to give, and it's like, whatever, man. So, but I just like hearing about Hassan losing. Okay, that's so when I see Nux pop up with like Hassan is 5,000% fucked, I'm just like, okay, all right. I think I'll just ink Steven. That'll be how we end the stream. Even Turkey Tom got tired of him. Wow. I mean, I don't like to do the guilt by association shit, like you do, Hunter. I mean, Nux has enough issues going on himself to kind of be on watching him, I would say. But yeah, I mean, when he's just making fun of Hassan. Or making fun of Greta Thunberg going on a boat to Gaza and getting detained by the Israeli forces, because of course they fucking would be. That I can laugh at, yeah. Oh yeah, Sensitive Society. I've watched a few of theirs as well. I got a lot of these guys floating around in my recommended right now. I watch a lot of YouTube. Like, even before I became a YouTuber, I watched a lot of YouTube, so that's also kind of part of why I get a lot of the... Look at Steven's fucking face in this screenshot I took. This is not the best... Not the best reference material right here. I had another picture of him, though, that I was using. I got smart and started putting references up here in the little thingerbobber. So... I think there was another one where he's more neutral there. Okay, that's good. So, I actually started using the sub view like you're fucking supposed to. Isn't that smart of me? Is who an alt-right channel? If you're talking about me, you're fucking stupid. A bunch of retards like to call me alt-right because I say retard, and I'm not like a fucking sides politics person. I'm a filthy centrist. I'm not even a centrist. I'm like pretty much a liberal Democrat, but you know, I don't like subscribe to a lot of this fucking tribalism online. And I've been registered as an independent since I was 18, and I always will be. So... Of course, people will just call me alt-right because I call them dumbasses and don't agree with them on certain things and don't like them calling me queer. That apparently makes me alt-right, a gay person not wanting to be called a gay slur. You know, because we've lost the plot that fucking hard these days. But I also try not to talk about politics, so let's not do that. I cannot... Hang on, I should turn my page. Just like real life, you should turn your paper to help you draw and ink things. Yeah, as soon as I was eligible to vote, I registered to vote, I registered as an independent. Every election, I vote Democrat, but I always unaffiliate very staunchly. So people are like, I don't know where to place you on the political spectrum, Sai. Good. That's the point. I don't just pick a side and believe whatever the fuck I'm told to. I wouldn't call myself a libertarian. I'm more of a utilitarian, secular humanist. That's basically what I align with. Whatever will allow the greatest amount of people to live comfortably in society is what we should be aiming for. That is my view. We all have to live on this fucking planet together.
Jack Thorso sent a super chat. I feel like people only like Hassan because he's hot. I'm a leftist and I find him just a virtue signaler. If he was a schlub, nobody would care much.
Exactly. He's a fucking nepo baby whose millionaire uncle got him his fucking start, and he started as a pickup artist. He goes to fucking brothels. He's obviously misogynistic. Like, don't listen to this guy.
Laneen sent a super chat. Everyone who thinks for themselves are alt-right these days. The sooner you stop listening to them, the happier you'll be for
Exactly. Just don't listen. Just ignore people like that, and they lose all of their power. We need to bring back the term free thinker, I think, you know? But yeah, I got all these people like, you don't like Hassan, you must be alt-right. And it's like, are you fucking stupid? That guy doesn't believe a goddamn thing he says. He's just a grifter. You know? I'm surprised he hasn't been banned off fucking Twitch yet. Because he won't be, because he's their fucking moneymaker. But he just keeps pushing things. But he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's dog shit retarded. He doesn't believe a single thing he says. He says whatever will make him money.
Master Clockwork sent a super chat. Bahoo doors. Bahoo doors. No. None of that. Shame on you.
What is that from?
Catty Cat Gaming sent a super chat. I'm on a 2.5-hour train and your streams helps. Crying
Oh,
face
thank
emoji.
you. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to be wrapping up in like 20 minutes because this is just going to be like a short one this week because I do have a big long stream, again, planned for next week. Not going to be Drama Slop. I'm talking about the Titan sub. Because I was following that situation closely and it is way dumber than most people know. So, I got to finish gathering all my materials for it, but I will be taking you guys on a journey again next week, but this time about Ocean Gate's Titan sub and how stupid the whole situation was.
Ironic sent a super chat. Politicians are like handymen. You keep an eye on them to make sure they are doing the job you pay them for.
Exactly. It's like the old joke. It's like, how do you know when a politician is lying? He's talking. I mean, fucking Hassan will literally call himself a propagandist unironically, and people are just like, oh my god, he's such a leftist liberal hero. He's really helping the working man. Like, he pretends he understands what being blue-collar or working class is like at all, because he had to work in retail for like 2 months once in his fucking life, when he's been rich his entire life. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. He's wearing an Eat the Rich shirt under like a $3,000 jacket while carrying a Gucci bag. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. He doesn't know a single thing he's fucking talking about. He's just telling people what they want to hear, so he'll make money. He lives in a fucking $1 million mansion, and he's still talking about how he understands the proletariat. He's helping the little guy. What charities are you donating to? What fucking social programs are you funding, Hassan? What charities have you founded? What sponsorships or scholarships have you founded, Hassan, with all your fucking Twitch money, huh? Or are you just out there buying cars? Like the fucking, like, Turkish trash you are? Well, let's say all Turkish people are trash. I'm saying he specifically is hero trash. We're talking about Hassan and how people think I'm alt-right for saying he's a fucking grifter dumbass who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Because people don't know what words mean anymore. Again, if somebody calls you alt-right for disagreeing with them, just ignore them. They're dumb.
Steph the Scientist sent a super chat. Political parties are for politicians, not citizens.
That too, yeah, and we need more than two. Well, that's the only thing I agree with him on. We need more than 2 fucking parties. Probably not for the reasons he says, though. Though it sounds like Elon Musk wants to make his own political party now. How do we feel about that, guys? Because him and Trump have been fighting on Twitter. We have a situation where the richest man in the world who owns Twitter is having Twitter fights with the President of the United States because we are a completely unserious country, and at some point reality broke, I think. Maybe reality is a simulation. Whoever's in charge of it is fucking with us right now. The world is ridiculous, and I just want to entertain people. That's what it comes down to, most of all. We just want to cling on and survive and maybe enjoy ourselves a bit. You know, that's all we can do, really. Here, you can have your puppy dog-eyed Steven to aid you in in life. Well, no, you know, at least maybe fighting with Elon Musk will distract Trump until his presidency is run out, and then, you know, we don't have to deal with his bullshit anymore. That's the best case scenario here. Yeah, like, I don't... Republican, Democrat, I just want a normal person in the office.
Super chat. Most of my family members have blue-collar jobs, or have worked blue-collar jobs for most of their lives. As on Solus posturing is sickening.
Yeah, I know. Like, I've also worked blue-collar jobs. I've gone from being, like, upper middle class to lower middle class over my lifetime. And I've worked blue-collar jobs, too. So it's like, to hear this fucking Nepo baby talk like he understands the struggle of everyday people. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. It's okay, though. He's single-handedly causing an adpocalypse on Twitch now, so...
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Can't believe Musk and Trump broke up during Pride Month.
The funniest tweets I saw, who gets JD Vance in the divorce? The country is burning down and all we can do is laugh. Well, actually, I found egg prices have been going down in my neck of the woods, so I've been really happy about that, because I fucking eat a lot of eggs. I really like eggs for breakfast. I've actually drawn a good Steven for once, guys. It's a miracle. It's a miracle on Pride Month. Well, the other good thing is Trump is probably going to, like, petulantly just reverse everything Elon Musk did in the government, so... just because he's mad at him. So, Elon has accidentally tricked him into doing a good thing. Which is also very funny. But like I said, let's just try to survive until we can hopefully get somebody fucking normal in the Oval Office. I've been saying, like, I'd fucking take Mitt Romney over goddamn Trump right now, you know? Come back, Mittens. Perhaps we judged you too hard. Egg prices are catastrophic for Mexican families
Master
everywhere, I'm
Clockwork
sure.
Sent a super chat. People should check out Deep Space discounts. Emmy likes egg.
Do I even want to know? Are you talking about? Well, yeah. I mean, I've also kind of wondered if Trump is just gonna fucking drop dead during this presidency, which also I would laugh at very hard if that happened. My dream is Trump just shits himself, falls over, and dies on stage someday. That would be great, actually. I mean, I know we'd be stuck with Vance as vice president, but you know, maybe it's toward the end, you know, like in the last couple of months or something. That monkey's paw is gonna get me again. Just watch. Let me be nice. I mean, nice. I'm never nice. Yeah, they should not have run Kamala. They really needed to run somebody else if they wanted to win. I'm sorry, you know, like... So yes, I would like there to be a woman president too, but you know, it's more important to keep the fucking orange man away. And you guys failed at that, thank you. Thank you for being useless as always, Democrats. This is why I'm an independent. It's like, instead of having two sides, how about we have, like, 4, you know? Maybe we should focus on that instead of fucking being at each other's throats all the time.
Y'all scared.
Yeah, the entire thing was a shit show. Almost makes you wonder if it's a psyop and all of these people are in on it together and the Patriots are actually choosing the president. Yeah. That's really gonna be the big plot twist, and we're gonna find out Kojima was completely right about everything. Everything.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. This is where Spaceballs got it wrong. More often than not, good and evil are both equally dumb. Whether it's a blessing or a curse is up to the beholder.
That is true.
Cryohazard sent a super chat. I just want the next decade to be normal in America. A few of my friends went politically insane for the last few years.
Have we ever had a normal decade, though? Have we ever had a normal decade? Ever? I mean, when you think about it, like, maybe it seemed more normal when you were younger because you were a kid. You didn't know what was going on. And we have more information about what's going on in the world now more than ever. Like, terrible things were always happening. It's like all these people that just made Gaza their entire personality because they just heard about the conflict. Like, buddy, this has been going on for like 7 fucking decades. You know? Welcome. The rest of us also realize there's nothing anybody can do about it. You're gonna get there too. You'll be jaded one day. Don't you worry. Yeah, when you're young and stupid, you think you can save the entire world and solve every problems by going on a boat with 12 pounds of food to Gaza. Like you're gonna save everybody. Like those fucking stupid people. And all they got out of it was throwing their own phones in the ocean. Well, moving out of the country? I mean, yeah, I've been tempted, like, maybe I should just go live in one of those, villages in the Netherlands that they're, like, paying people to move to. I could do my social media shit from there. You know?
Awesomeness. Sent a super chat. What kind of president would Big Boss be?
Probably not a very good one. That'd be a surefire way to military fascist control, I think. All in the name of the boss who didn't want it at all.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. The 90s? The early to mid 2010s?
The 90s was only 10 years ago. I refuse to believe anybody was actually born after the year 2000. It'll happen to you. Just wait until the music you enjoy now is on the classic rock station, kids. That's when you'll really feel old. Even worse when it's on the oldies station.
Dana_Brain sent a super chat. Lars of the Stars for president.
I would take Lars as president over fucking Trump. Yes, I would. Actually, with Lars... I hope they encounter Emerald again. That's what I wanted Little Graduation to be when Future was airing. I wanted Little Graduation to be, like, Emerald lands on Earth, and Steven thinks this is something he has to deal with, and Emerald just looks at him and says, "Who the fuck are you? I'm here for him!" and points at Lars, and Steven's like, "Wow, good luck, buddy!" That's what I wanted that episode to be, damn it. We could still get that, maybe. There's still time. Rebecca, Ian, put me on the team. Put me in coach, I'm ready. Hire me as a writer. I can write Lars fairly, I promise, even though I hate him. I hope we get a cameo from the Diamonds as well. See how they're doing. That'd be funny. Diamonds are around, we could also see Spinel. Come on now. Moreover, I'm just excited about more gem lore. And I've always been like, yeah, it would be kind of cool to see like the various gem colonies if they're like developing their own cultures and governments now that they're free from the Empire. So that could be cool storylines. There's all sorts of like, they could find like shattered gems. They could find forced fusions lying around. They could find people who don't even know the war is over. You know, it's like there's a lot you could do. So I am pretty excited for it. I can put up with Lars as long as I'm getting gem stuff. You know. Whatever, and they've always wanted to do fucking Lars of the Stars. There's been, like, they had this idea for the longest goddamn time and already tried to backdoor pilot it once. You know. Yes, give us more Spinel. Have her join their mission at one point or something, come on. She needs to explore the universe more. The only person qualified is Nanofua Pizza. Give us more Nanofua! She is the best townie! Actually, no, Nanofua Pizza should be president of Earth. In Lars of the Stars, I demand. Not just president of the United States, she has to be president of the entire Earth. A nanoflaw in space! Like her little bun is sticking out the top of her, her space helmet. That would be awesome.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. Jokes on you. I listened to the classics, oldies and watched Three Stooges even when I was a kid. That my secret sigh. My soul is old as fuck.
It's true. Sometimes you see these, like, little kids. Like, you see, like, a 5-year-old boy who has, like, the personality of a 6-year-old man. And it's like, man, so you were just reincarnated, huh? That must be what happened here. I never even saw the first Red Dwarf. Don't at me. There's a lot of stuff I haven't watched. I know. People head in a jar Futurama style. I don't think it's going to be that far in the future. Because in Steven Universe Future, Lars did mention he wanted to go back to space exploring. So yes, they tried to backdoor pilot the fucking Lars of the Stars twice. They really... I will never understand why the fucking crew was so enamored with fucking Lars of all people. But whatever. I get more gem shit. That's all I want. Give me some real lore. Give us more gem types we can play with, because we could see what... There's all sorts of gem types they haven't used. But I guess it's gonna be like a Spinel situation where I'm gonna feel bad for anyone who had, like, OCs of certain gem types and they look completely different than their designs. Though I think they kind of gave fans wiggle room on that, since technically yellow can change the form of any gem permanently, so I feel like they did that to make room for fan characters and shit. You know? I really do. Yeah, an amber. Though, Blue A Universe has an amber in it, so I would... See, I try not to use gems they haven't shown before. When I do, like, OC gems, I try to stick to ones we've seen, just in case something like this happened. I don't know, I'm very autistic about keeping canon compliant as much as I can. Though, you know, I put my own little interpretations in there, and of course Spinel, Crystal Gem Spinel has evolved into an OC. That was inevitable. That was inevitably going to happen. Unless we learn more about her in an upcoming series, but it's probably going to be like a year or two until we see anything for this anyway. It was only just announced. They have a logo, or they have a deal with Amazon. It doesn't sound like they've actually entered production yet, so it's going to be at least a year or two. So, but we'll see. We will see. I'm pretty hopeful for it. And I know it's Amazon series, that's annoying, but, you know, Amazon has produced some pretty good stuff, actually.
Cryohazard sent a super chat. The one thing I wanted from Steven Universe Future was seeing another alien race. Maybe a sole survivor or a council of other races.
Well, you see, because it's on Prime and not airing on Cartoon Network, they won't have the same rules as airing on Cartoon Network. So the episodes could be more than 11 minutes, for one thing. They probably will be. And they could probably do more teen-oriented stuff in it, because they're not going to have the restrictions of Cartoon Network or TV censorship. So this could be interesting. I would love to see them actually introduce other alien races who have beef with the gems. Because bullshit! They never encountered another intelligent alien species. Why do they have an army? Why do they have an army to fight fucking space bears with lasers on their heads? You know, why do they have an army? Come on. So maybe we can get a little bit more Fermi paradox going on here, where the diamonds are like, oh yeah, we totally did, like, slaughter a bunch of people that we didn't think were people, didn't we? Oops, our bad. You know, give me that. Give me that. Yes, don't ask Jasper about the Space Bear Wars. She doesn't like to talk about it. Yeah, I mean, after Has-Been took off, I can see why they would want to fund more animation as well. So Amazon's actually kind of winning on that front. So sorry, I know they're a big evil company and all, but it is what it is. It's like Guillermo del Toro says, you always have to, you know, deal with the bastards with the money, you know, in order to be a creative. And it sucks, but that's the way it is. And I'm sure somebody will be like, oh my god, Rebecca Sugar sold out to Amazon. I'm sure there's gonna be people saying that bullshit, but, you know, fuck yourself. Creators get to create things. You should be happy for that. Alright, so we got a pretty good looking Steven inked. Hell
Maddie
yeah.
Kitten sent a super chat. Yes. We get raging lesbians.
Yes, more more magical space lesbians. Yes, yes. What an announcement for Pride Month. Yes, I sold out to YouTube. I technically get royalties from YouTube, so yeah, that's how that works. I found out when I did my taxes this year, so I didn't know. I thought I was getting a 1099. I had no idea. What is a type of 1099? But it. Anyway, so it's 4 o'clock. I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream. We got a pretty good amount of art done. Like I said, next week I am doing a big react stream on the Ocean Gate Titan sub because I know everything about it, and I'm gonna tell you guys the story. We're gonna watch a couple of videos on it, just from guys who can explain the technical issues better than I can. But for the most part, I'm going to tell you guys the story with just news clips and articles and stuff.
Virgo117 sent a super chat. Gems versus Alloy.
There's been a couple of fanfics like that, actually, that I've seen. But yeah, so look forward to that next week. We're going to be talking about the Titan sub. I'm going to be spurging about the situation and taking you guys on a long journey for how dumb it was.
Nick Wolf sent a super chat. There is a fanfic called SU Alternate Future that had an alien race called the Metals. Basically, they were Transformers with the serials filed off.
There was also one with Metals that starred Spinel. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but that was a pretty good one as well. I know I read that one.
Sent a super chat. Okay, come on, we all now. Lork would sell out at the first chances she gets.
Oh, don't you know that Lork claims she turned down like a, what did she say, like a $30,000 sponsorship because she has no clue how much sponsorships tend to be. Like, anyone would give her a $30,000 spot. No one would get that. Not even, like, people with millions of subs. But her? How would they even make their money back? You're dumb. Anyway, so yes, next week, look forward to me spurging about the Titan sub. And it's gonna be half me talking and then half me drawing when we watch a couple of videos from guys smarter than me who can explain to us how the glue they used to hold the thing together and the materials they built it out of were just the worst thing possible to do. So it's gonna be great. So thank you guys for coming this week. Thank you for all your super chats. Thank you just for hanging out and yapping about current events. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.